Alright, back again with the fourth and final edition of Fantasy Football Friday. I have to admit, this has actually been rum the whole time. We're here to look at Bud Kilmer. Name change, lot of interesting things going on here. He's got a lot of people on bye this week. Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, who has been out the last couple of weeks with injury, and Chris Johnson. So those are three big names that have been that are going to be missing for him this week, and he's also going to be without Joseph Adai with a hamstring injury. So some absolute question marks, but he is going up against a guy who's got other bye week issues with Dwayne Bowe, Ryan Matthews out for Mike Chacoin, as well as no real starting quarterback with both Kevin Kolb and Tim Tebow out. We'll get into Tim Tebow probably next week. But what you're looking at here is a chance to steal a game. You've got to hope for a big game for Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Reggie Wayne hasn't been much a part of the offense, especially since Curtis Painter came around, looking more towards Pierre Garçon. So that's got to be a question mark there with Reggie Wayne. I'm sure he might be a trade target for some teams to look at and maybe bolster some other areas. But, solid across the board. He's got Andy Dalton, who has been good for 15 to 18 fantasy points a week. So, quarterback, yes, you have a drop off from Phillip Rivers. Let's not say that Andy Dalton's next coming there, but absolutely a chance to put up some points. Robert Meacham and Mike Thomas. Meacham clearly the third option, maybe fourth option now with Colston back, and then looking so much for Jimmy Graham and Darren Sproles. One guy I actually like quite a bit here is Mike Thomas, Jacksonville wide receiver. You've got Pittsburgh going up against them, and Ike Taylor does come up quite a bit to help the running game, or the run stopping a little bit. So you might see Mike Thomas maybe not break any big ones, but maybe get a few of those 10-yard, 8-yard passes, and those can add up quickly, especially in a PPR league. And then, it hasn't been pretty so far, and it might not be pretty this week for Bud Kilmer, but he could absolutely end up this week 2-4 and tie himself with Chacoin and put himself right back in the mix and move out of the basement and maybe move up into the top 8. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens this week.